second this?
Thank you. And with my remaining time, Mr. Chair, I would like to move a motion given the evidence that we have received here today. And I have submitted it to the clerk in both official languages. I will now read it into the record. Thank you. Given that newly released access to information documents reveal that 2 months after the appointment of Canada's Consul General to New York, Tom Clark notified Global Affairs that the previous official residence was not suitable and expressed concerns over completing renovations. Given that this information contradicts his previous testimony before this committee on September 12, 2024, when he stated, "I had no role whatsoever in either deciding to sell the former residence or buying the new one," the committee called Tom Clark to testify for 2 hours within 21 days of this motion being adopted. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Then Mr. Brock.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The crux of the motion is that this new information, as determined by Politico, from this information that Politico obtained, shows a direct contradiction between Mr. Clark's testimony to this committee and information that he communicated to the department. I will quote the article. It says that he notified Global Affairs that the official residence was not suitable, these are his words, not suitable for hosting or for living, and required immediate replacement, also his words, required immediate replacement document show. If I were to go home to my husband this weekend and say, "Honey, our home is not suitable for our family, and it requires immediate replacement," I could only expect and understand that my husband would take it as a signal that we need and a communication that we need a new home. There can be no other interpretation of these words that Mr. Clark communicated to Global Affairs Canada. In saying something is not suitable, in saying that it requires immediate replacement, this indicates Mr. Clark felt the necessity of a new location, and not only that, a better one, as indicated by the words "not suitable." He expressed concerns regarding the completion of the kitchen and refurbishment project and indicated the unit was not suitable to be the accommodations and does not have an ideal floor plan for representational activities. These things all indicate to him, first of all, inputting into the process, and secondly, asking for immediate action, and three, wanting some type of improvement. I believe that that's not what "not suitable" indicates. Now, if he would like to come here and argue that there were other more reasonable requirements, such as not being accessible, his aspirations relative to his mandate with large monthly gatherings, his desire to make Canada shine, he can come here and he can argue that. He can do that if he likes. But it is just evident from the article, from the information as obtained by Politico, that he communicated that he made input into this decision, which is contrary to what he shared with this committee. And any time that we have found a contradiction of testimony, and unfortunately with this government, we have found contradiction of testimony several times over in several situations, and I won't repeat them or belabor them once again, but this is not the first time. But it is the practice when we have found contradicting testimony with new information that we call a witness back to this committee to not only give them the opportunity to correct the record, because this is the fair and right thing to do, but also to justify their actions and their words to Canadians, whether something was misinterpreted, whether something was the new information was in a different context. We have always provided this space and this opportunity when there have been contradictions for witnesses to come back. And so I believe that given this new information from Politico today, given the clear contradiction between the testimony of Mr. Clark and what we have found out today, it behooves us as a committee, not only for the purpose of finding out why this contradiction exists, but also for the transparency of information to and for Canadians to invite Mr. Clark back. So I believe in supporting this motion. We are supporting transparency. We are recognizing that a contradiction exists and giving Mr. Clark the opportunity to come back and provide an exclamation, and provide transparency for Canadians as to why $9 million of their hard-earned money was spent when there is a record $2 million Canadians lining up at food banks, a 28% increase in my own city of Calgary. And I think that these are all justifiable reasons to support this motion and to call Mr. Clark back, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.